message for all residents in the low-lying, flood-prone areas of Ruidoso, neighboring Ruidoso Downs, and Hollywood to evacuate to higher ground without delay. In their official alert, meteorologists minced no words, stating, "This is a life-threatening situation." The raw power of this event has been captured in truly startling video. A local resident, Lindsay Tharp, posted footage that shows what appears to be an entire home or large cabin ripped from its foundation, floating down the violently swollen creek on Paradise Canyon at Hart. The structure is tossed about in the debris-filled current like a toy, a visceral demonstration of the flood's destructive force. This is just one part of a much larger emergency. Local officials report that first responders have already been forced to conduct nearly a half-dozen harrowing water rescues within the first few hours of the downpour. These crews are navigating treacherous, fast-moving water, choked with logs, rocks, and other debris, in a race against time to reach stranded individuals. We can confirm that emergency workers in Lincoln County have successfully rescued 5 people from these perilous conditions. This deluge has also crippled local infrastructure. The utility provider, PNM, is reporting significant power outages. The blackouts began in the Davis Drive, Spruce Drive, and Yellow Pine Road areas and have since expanded, cutting electricity to homes and businesses on Upper Ebarb, East and West Redwood Drive, Juniper Road, and throughout the Brady Canyon area. Officials are bracing for the possibility of further outages as the strain on the system continues. For those who have been forced to flee their homes, authorities have established safe havens. 2 emergency shelters are now open to the public, one at the Ruidoso Community Center and another at Eastern New Mexico University. So far, 14 evacuees from Ruidoso are en route to these temporary shelters. In an effort to help residents protect their property, officials have also set up distribution points for sand, allowing people to fill sandbags to create makeshift barriers against the rising water.
And this is the other side of the road, so I am stuck.
For the people of Ruidoso, this event is a traumatic echo of a very recent tragedy. This flooding is unfolding less than 1 month after a far more catastrophic event on July 8th. In that storm, the very same waterway, the Rio Ruidoso, became a monstrous force, cresting at an unprecedented 20 feet. That event claimed the lives of 3 people and either damaged or completely swept away at least 35 homes. Today, the river swelled to a formidable 12 feet, a major flood stage. But thankfully, it remained well below the record set weeks ago and has since started to recede. As of this evening, in a crucial piece of good news, there have been no reports of any missing people or serious injuries connected to today's flooding. The severity of these repeated floods is directly linked to the scarred landscape of the region. This heavy rain is falling directly over the South Fork fire burn scar. A massive wildfire in recent years has fundamentally altered the terrain here. The intense heat of the fire baked the soil, creating a hard, water-repellent or hydrophobic layer. Because the ground can no longer absorb the rainfall, the water runs off almost instantly as if it were falling on pavement. It rapidly accumulates in gullies and streams, gathering speed and force, and picking up immense amounts of ash, soil, burned trees, and rocks. This creates the phenomenon known as a debris flow, a thick, fast-moving slurry that can carry boulders and vehicles and has far more destructive power than water alone. This intense precipitation is a feature of the North American monsoon, a seasonal weather pattern affecting the Southwest from roughly mid-June to the end of September. During this time, a large-scale shift in atmospheric winds draws vast amounts of moisture north from the Pacific Ocean and the Gulfs of California and Mexico. While this monsoon brings necessary rain to an arid region, its storms can be incredibly intense, and when that intensity is focused over a vulnerable burn scar, the results can be disastrous. By late afternoon, there were signs of improvement. Officials reported just after 2 o'clock that the floodwaters had crested and were beginning to recede. A light rain continued to fall, but the most intense period of the storm appears to have passed. Now, the slow and difficult process of cleanup begins. The landscape is one of mud-caked roads littered with debris, and heavy equipment crews are being dispatched to clear critical transportation routes. In the coming days, a full assessment of the damage to homes, businesses, and public infrastructure will get underway, as this resilient community once again begins the arduous task of recovery.